you a special edition of the National Football League for this Halloween matchup. Coming up next.
We're just a stone's throw away from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as we get set for football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Only needing 2 yards on second down. A handoff, Jacobs running to the left. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down. Looking to throw. Brooks. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and the Ravens, they'll take over. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the 1 being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards. Now a play fake here on first down. This is caught by Evans. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mike Evans. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. Yeah, they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week, and you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. This to Jacobs on the toss right. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
They go play action here on first down. And this is caught by Evans. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big connection on that one. 32 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Let's go. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Watch the run, watch the run.
44's the mic. 44's the mic. It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time. Check 9, check 9.
McCaffrey, touchdown, Baltimore.
Here we go.
The full team is involved in this game. Score on offense, take the ball away on defense, and go right back and score again. You got to like the way that's working for them.
That's exactly right. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, 2-score lead. A little bit like you at breakfast this morning. I got to get this in. You had a perfect omelet, dropped it, so a little bit of a turnover. You went right back, though, and got that omelet and crushed it.
You got to do what you got to do, man. You got to do what you got to do.
A little worried about your hands, though.
Yeah. Well.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. With the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Here's Jacobs from the gun. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Back to throw. Brooks. He completes this to Sutton. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52. I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
Looking to throw. Brooks. And Thomas has it. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
Yeah, he said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they were good last time out with a touchdown drive. This go-around, it's not going to be very easy starting from inside their own 5.
But they shouldn't be daunted by it. You work on this the entire offseason. You work on it in practice. It's called coming out session. Start the ball inside the 5, start on the 5, on the 10. They should be ready to go.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. A pretty good looking run there on first down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Now back to throw. That's complete to his running back, Evans. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. So a nice catch right there. And this receiving core, without their number 1 wideout, keep that in mind. He's inactive this week, though it shouldn't be a long-term absence.
And I would think, partner, that this is where an offensive coordinator believes he can solve the problem by spreading the ball around. Because anytime you lose your number 1 guy, it's obviously a blow to your offense. But this is also an opportunity to say, hey, they can't focus on trying to stop one guy. Keep spreading it around. The last part, each one of those receivers, they believe they're the number 1 guy, and they're ready to step up.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover it before he gets going?
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Again, he'll drop to throw. That's caught. It's McCaffrey again. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Mike 17. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. They'll look to throw. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. That's going to set them back 5 yards. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Mike 17. Mike 17. Here we go. Here we go. Wide. 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger. 36. 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger. 17's Mike. Mike 17.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long.
Mike 17. Mike 17. You get blocked, me. Mike 18. You get blocked. Reload.
McCaffrey following the penalty. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Here's Justin Tucker now for the Raven field goal try. They'll spot it at the 30, so this is a 40-yard attempt. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
Let's go.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're
You don't
down.
want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Back to throw. Brooks. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. The Browns drive about to get started.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Here's Brooks to throw on 2nd down. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
52's the mic. Watch Mike. Watch Mike.
Looking to throw. Brooks. And he fires one that's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
Good job.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Like 17. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Trap 60. Trap 60. Hey, watch this.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. This is caught. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. He'll drop to throw. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens are able to add on to their first half lead. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And the route is on here in this first half. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them in plus territory. Excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on.
Take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. Now Brooks on 1st down. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Javon Kinlaw in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So we are at halftime here on Halloween. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. This one fielded at the 5. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. He's showing off that arm, showing it off very well. They've got the lead. Don't forget, though, about the protection he's had. The protection's been good.
And I'll guarantee you he hasn't forgotten about it at all, because that's keeping him clean in the pocket, allowing him to step into throws and make those deep passes come true. I mean, it's just been beautiful for him to do. But guess what? In the huddle, on the sidelines, guaranteed he's thanking those big guys up front for keeping him safe. I have a feeling he may even buy dinner.
Indeed, entertaining to relive some of those deep balls. The Raven offense set at the line for this. And he can't escape, and down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down.
Let's put that team on the bus. Hey, check Mike. Check. 27. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
Go. SOS. 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 Check smash. Check smash.
Bump, bump, bump. Tight dog. Tight dog. Tight dog. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. Now, after that last running play, we've got an offensive lineman down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. And there's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 47 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material.
That's right, baby. They don't want it. Roll. Riggs.
Check three. Show it up.
They'll run with McCaffrey. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll set up to throw. And he's got it. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
We own them.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 4.
2nd and 1. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. John Ross, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. So 2nd and goal there from the 1. They go to the air.
And the perfect down to throw the football in this sequence. 2nd down is always kind of the, do they throw it, do they run it? They worked it out to perfection on that one by throwing it into the end zone.
Tucker with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Mike 52. Watch the backer.
Now Brooks to throw from the gun on 3rd down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Thomas. And he goes out right around the 39.
Let's go.
Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
They'll go jet sweep here with Sutton. Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a 1st down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. It's a loss of 11 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
defense. Let's go, defense.
Operating from the gun, Brooks. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. T.J. Watt racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
52's the mic right here, over there, right? 52's the mic.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your...
Back to throw. Brooks. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. And that is Allen, still down following the play. Appears to be shaken up. We'll check on his status when we get back. And this one is right through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon. 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. We you know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
I know you're thinking it, but I'll just go ahead and say it. To give you an idea of how sharp he's been in this game, just his second incompletion, and we're in the 4th quarter.
He has been locked in, laser. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. The Ravens send their punter out now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. Now Brown. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of us. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Rashawn Gary came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. From the gun, Brooks. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
A pass there complete to Sutton, and he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
First down. First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
I got you, punk.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. His throw incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the mic. Hey, watch the slant.
Back to throw again.
Watch the slant.
And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in. They'll look to throw again. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. T.J. Watt, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. And his kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A big connection on that one. 35 yards. And Charles, of interest here, that last throw is going to put him over 20,000 yards passing for his career, and that's not a bad number.
You're exactly right about that, and even though it's nowhere near the top of the leaderboard, because when you think about it, Brady and Breeze, they've done that 4 times over. But when you hit 20,000, let's face it, only a little over 100 guys have ever done that in the NFL. It's worthy of some applause.
A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal.
Here we go, here we go. Check it out.
They'll try to run this one in. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. 3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Slam, slam. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
Mike spoke both.
Watch Cougar 19.
Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch.
And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And the Ravens are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 40. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
19 Tiger.
This is McCaffrey on the give. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Check. Lucky.
Viking 18. 79 Bronco. Mike 17.
That one looks like he'll throw here. This is caught by Evans. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Rashawn Slater, first-round pick in 2021, guilty there.
Mike 17. Mike 17.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Baltimore, the year with the victory. And another road date awaits them next week as their opponents will be the Los Angeles Chargers. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll get a home date next week against the Kansas City Chiefs.